Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video. This is Fidget DIY's Home Decor on a Budget. Today I have part 1 of my coastal series. I hope you enjoy. Let's fidget. Alright, for the first project, I took this octagonal mirror from Dollar Tree, and I took the backing and the mirror out of it. I have this nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. It's the thicker stuff. They have 2 different sizes now, and this is the thicker. Before I do that, I don't want the white or the black to poke through, so I'm going to do 1 coat of white. That's Snow White by Waverly. And I just do 1 really quick coat over it. And I dried that with my heat gun. And now I'm going through along the very top of the frame. And I'm going to hot glue that around once. And I glued the rope to itself and to the frame. I mean, it might not, but I kind of feel like it gives it a, more secure hold, personally. So I did that. And that wrapped around 3 times, like that. And I went through some of the shells we had found at the beach the other day. My husband and I, we like to go for our little nature walks. And anytime I can add something to one of my crafts that gives it that natural, bring in the outdoors kind of stuff, I love it. So I'm going to add just a couple more of the little shells. And I think I added one of the longer little shells. You'll see in the reveal. I added a longer shell with like some greenery. And here it is. You see the little extra shell on the left side, and then I put a little shell up towards the top left as well. This is a candle that I left in my car in the bag that I had bought it in, and it melted and went all wonky. Now I could have melted it down and made a straight candle. I could have, but I liked it. I thought it gave a certain je ne sais quoi to my candle. And then I took some of the grasses and flowers that we had found on the beach, and I'm heating up the wax with my heat gun and then pressing the flowers into the wax. And I'm doing it where I want all of the flowers to be. I'm just positioning them on there and then sticking them. And then I come through, after I do all that, I come through with some parchment paper. Here it is, parchment paper, there you go. And I took my mini iron and went around all the little pieces of what I had just stuck on there, just to get it to stick even that much better. And I did that for a minute. Here it is. And I had the bowl on the bottom already wrapped with nautical rope, and I just basically set the candle on top with some shells. And this vase. I lost the footage where I took black paint by Apple Barrel and kind of just did like a distressing motion over that vase. And then I came through and covered it in Mod Podge. These are some skewer sticks that I used antique wax by Waverly to stain, and those are the plastic shells from Dollar Tree. I did 2 of those little sticks. They're going to act as kind of like accents to the flowers I put in there. And here I've got some burlap ribbon, and I'm trying to kind of fray the edges a little bit. And I wrap that around the base, and I'm going to glue it to itself in case I want to take that off. I don't have to like rip up the paint off of the base. Yep, here I go. And I'm going to glue that down. And then I got to thinking, instead of having that gap right there, like where the seam where it meets up, I just took the little square that I had just cut off, frayed that a little bit, and stuck it right there. That's going to help for the next part of this, which is a Dollar Tree seashell that we used for the accents as well. And I just stick one of those to the very front of that. And I think that's it. Oh no, I'm so sorry, I added some stuff. Yay! I added a little message in a bottle. There's the barcode. That's little glass bottles with corks in the top of them from Dollar Tree. And I just wrapped up a little piece of paper, like, a note. And I tied that onto the vase, hanging just off to the side of the shell. And here it is. I added the beach grass and the shell accents, and that's how it turned out. And you get to see my kitchen, kinda. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What would you have done different? Alright guys, for this one I got a bunch of tongue depressor sticks, and I'm gonna make a box. I've got 3 tumbling tower blocks, and I did, at the end of all this, it was 8 sets of 3. I'm gluing the tongue depressor sticks together with some stir sticks to make up the back of my box. And here's where you see me add that second layer of tumbling tower blocks, making it, again, 8 sets of 3 to do this if you recreate it. And here I come in with some peel and stick wallpaper stuff that I got from the bins in my town. And I'm going to mark it down, cut it up. Apply that to the back of the box. Peel that off, push that down. And I'm going to cut off the excess from one side because the other side's going to be hidden by the box. I didn't worry about that. And here's where I go glue happy. So I go off screen for a second. I'm adding the hot glue. I come back. Here I am. Just glue, glue, glue. And I'm going to plop that right down on top of the backing that I had just made. Now, the next part would have been easier had I not done that. I'm picking some extra glue out of there, by the way. But the vinyl that I had done in my Cricut, it was a little turtle, and it says, "Beaches love me." And you can see me start to weed the design, but I'm not going to show you everything because I have not gotten the hang of this vinyl thing yet, guys. I just borrowed that Cricut from my sister. So, and here, I had to turn the turtle into a stencil instead of a graphic because I messed him up. And now I'm taking some black by Apple Barrel, and I'm going over that stencil. Pretty light coat, and I only did 1 coat. And I come back and start peeling right here. When I peeled that off, it took half of my V with it. So after I peeled the rest of this, I had to go through and kind of cut the other side of a V out of that vinyl, which wound up working. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I was worried for a second, but it turned out okay. So after I weed all of that, it was too much black in the center, so I did the edges again with the Apple Barrel black. And after I finished doing the edges in black, I wanted to tone that down just a little bit, actually a lot of it. So I got the Snow White chalk paint by Waverly again, and I dry brushed some of that along the top part of that box. And I did a pretty heavy dry brush on there. Got some of the middle on the turtle as well. Now here where I'm drying everything, you'll see on the sides, I decided to dry brush some of the black on the edges. And here it is. I like how it turned out. I think it's cute considering all the problems. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thanks for watching part 1 of my coastal series. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video so we can try to grow the community. And thank you to all of the people that have subscribed already. I love you. See you in part 2.